Hello, I'm Tim Krul. Welcome to Norwich City Central.
Hello, everybody. Lewis, Norwich City Central. It's been a whirlwind, hasn't it, these last couple of weeks? And lots of videos been coming out on the channel, and the videos have done really well. So thank you for all your support, and of course on the NCC show, a live podcast I do with Duka. It's great fun. I really enjoy it, and turn on your notifications to not miss out on them. Typically on Mondays in the evening. But no, in this video I thought I'd go through what we could expect from Dean Smith's XI and the predicted XI. And I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on what team you think we're going to play against Southampton, and how you kind of see the style of football in here going, and also who you think are going to be the winners and losers. Because of course Daniel Farke had his favourites, as do all managers, and I am interested to see who might win from a new manager coming in. I can think of one name rhyming with nod straight away. And who also might, not benefit from Dean Smith coming in. But in terms of what Dean Smith's done at Aston Villa and other clubs, really good job at Walsall. I did a video on this, and there's been lots of information going out. But turning Walsall from a team who were in the relegation zone to a team who were fighting for promotion, did a really good job at Brentford, building the ground up, developing young players. We know what Brentford are all about, and at Aston Villa as well, of course, guiding them from mid-table in the Championship to 11th in the Premier League. And regardless of budget, he still did a really good job, and you have to do it. And also, what does 100 million get you nowadays, really? So I think Dean Smith has done a really good job. Fans love him at every single club, which is always a good indication of a job he's done. And also Craig Shakespeare coming in as well, his experience, of course, numerous clubs, including Claudio Ranieri's Leicester. I think it's a really good situation Norwich are in. And in terms of the style of football, I mean, we saw of course, this season we've seen Daniel Farke play goodness knows whatever kind of formations. It's been a little bit chaotic, hasn't it, to say the least. We've seen a 4-3-3, 5 at the back, and most recently in his last game a 4-2-3-1, which is of course was Daniel Farke's last game. In terms of Dean Smith, he likes to play a 4-2-3-1, has played a 4-3-3 as well. So I think the formation suits the players. I think in terms of the recruitment we had, it's definitely for a 4-back formation, and that's what I prefer personally. So it's good Dean Smith kind of plays that kind of style of football and what I think suits the players. So yeah, really, really excited about this one. An attacking manager, and there's lots of pros to say about Dean Smith. I've seen a couple of fans say that his in-game management and defensive capabilities aren't always that strong. So that's going to be an interesting one to watch. But on the whole, a really good appointment. Someone who's got Premier League experience, plays a good style of football, and has a lot of the principles Norwich City want in a manager. In terms of the predicted XI, I think we're going to play against Southampton, and perhaps going forward in the season, I think it's going to be a 4-2-3-1. I think that's the kind of formation he likes to play. In terms of that back line, crawling goal, I've gone Brandon Williams left back, Omar Mamadeli, Gibson and Aarons. Firstly on the full-backs, Max Aarons is a certainty at right back. And the left-back situation is really interesting, but I think considering the performance Brandon Williams had against Brentford and also against Arsenal as well, I think he's probably not nailed on, but I think he's definitely going to be more favoured than Dimitri Giannoulis, which I do feel Giannoulis, but I think Williams is probably the guy to go to, obviously on the loan signing from Man United. And now that centre-back partnerships a really interesting one, and one which Norwich City haven't really settled on throughout the whole season. I think Grant Hanley and Kabak are probably coming back from injuries, and I think Gibson and Omar Mamadeli will probably play against Southampton, considering the really, really good job they did against Brentford in the last game. Andrew Omar Mamadeli, wow, what a young man he is, and what a player, so intelligent, composed on the ball. And look, Daniel Farke deserves a lot of credit for progressing his career and promoting him, because there's no need to do so. He's got a brilliant track record with developing young players, Farke, of course, and that's why we loved him. Not all young players, but most of them. And yeah, he's done really well. And I think Ben Gibson deserves an opportunity. He was probably the man in the match against Brentford. And Kabak's obviously a big name, a loan signing for a loan option to buy for around 12 to 15 million. So he's certainly going to be on the radar if one of those two make a mistake. But I think for the Southampton game, it's going to be those two. The midfield's really interesting. The two I've gone for is Norman and Gilmour. Norman, what a player he is. Player of the season without a doubt, although that's not saying much from an Norwich City perspective, is it? But composure, technical quality, defensively and going forward. I love the new chant for him. Check that out on social media if you haven't seen it already. Turning into a fan's favourite, and I'd bite your leg off to to get him on a permanent deal. Brilliant job he's done for Norway as well. And I think he's not necessarily on Oliver's skip in terms of, because he does like to be, progress the ball a little bit more forward, but yeah, a fantastic signing in that central defensive midfield position. And I think Billy Gilmour is going to benefit from a new manager coming in. I really struggle to see how Billy Gilmour's not going to be playing football. He's on loan from Chelsea. Look, Chelsea love him. I think, honestly, he would be playing more, if he was at Chelsea, he'd be playing more Premier League minutes. I think Tuchel will probably be bringing him off the bench and playing him in Europe. That shows, I think he'll be getting more minutes at Chelsea. And yeah, Chelsea have brought him in for regular minutes, and I think Dean Smith's going to play him. He's done a brilliant job at Scotland. He's a workhorse. He reminds me a little bit of a John McGinn in terms of that kind of style of player. And yeah, I think Billy Gilmour's, how he's not played under Daniel Farke, I do not know. I know he hasn't necessarily played amazingly in those first 3 games, and we don't see behind closed doors, but Billy Gilmour's got a play. In terms of that front 3, I've gone Cantwell, Lees-Malou and Rashita. It's really interesting. You could even go attacking and put Zolis in there and move Cantwell into the number 10, which is really exciting. You could play you could play Sargent in the number 10. There's lots of different options, but I think Lees-Malou did really well against Brentford. His pressing's good. I think he'll probably be the one to start against Southampton, but I wouldn't be surprised to see maybe Dean Smith even putting a Zolis and move Cantwell there. But no, I like Lees-Malou. He's done well. Probably needs to start adding goals and assists to his game, but I'm confident he can do so. Milot Rashica, what a player he is, of course. Almost got double digits in his 2 of his last 3 Bundesliga seasons. It's a terrific signing, and £10 million. Let's hope he can now start. It's similar to Lees-Malou, but in particular for Rashica, he needs to add goals and assists to his game. We've seen that he can create chances. And yeah, Dean Smith normally likes to play with one really quick winger and direct winger. Rashica's a no-brainer for me, and I think he's probably going to progress under Dean Smith. And one man who I'm sure is Todd Cantwell. The Todd Cantwell, Jack Grealish comparisons are there to be seen. Whether Todd will play, he might not be no match fit, but I think he's certainly in contention, isn't he? He's a similar mold to Jack Grealish. Jack Grealish, of course, playing on the left, and Dean Smith made him, really. Dean Smith progressed his career so much, and yeah, there's lots of similarities between Grealish and Todd in the way they play, and yeah, I'm excited to see what Todd can do. It's a fascinating one. He believes in himself, Todd. Now it's going to be the opportunity for him to show what he's all about. And up front, team with Pookie. If you're going to be launching crosses into Pookie, if you're going to be lumping it like we did against Leeds at home, don't bother Pookie on the pitch. He's not that kind of striker. If you've got players in and around him, supporting him, close to him, like they did against Brentford, playing through balls, Pookie on the last man, it works a treat. That's the type of striker team with Pookie is. So that's the team I'd like to see against Southampton, and that's the team I think Dean Smith's going to play. And yeah, I think Billy Gilmour, Todd Cantwell are definitely going to be winners from this. Even Milot Rashica, who hasn't started every game. And some of the losers, I don't know. I think Kenny McLean's still got a shout in playing. Lucas Rupp, I'm not too sure if he's going to be playing as many minutes. But yeah, I'm really excited to see this new era under Dean Smith. And I'm fascinated to see how we do. But these next 3 games, Southampton, Wolves and Newcastle, you keep saying it, but they are season defining, and Norwich City, it's a big start for Dean Smith, and let's hope he does well. I'd love to hear your thoughts down below on the comment section. Thank you for watching. Subscribe to Norwich City Central, and I'll see you later.